Hi guys. So I just kind of want to let you know what was going on with me. So recently I have been having like super bad stomach pains. Kind of like having a bladder infection, but like almost worse, you know. So it was going on for 2 weeks, and then I didn't get my menstrual cycle for a while. I was absent, and I was like, "Ooh, I don't need to be pregnant again. I already have 2 kids." So I even took pregnancy tests just to make sure that everything was okay and that I was not pregnant or anything. But I still had the pain in my stomach. So I thought, okay, let's get this checked out. Let me see what's going on. So when I went to the doctors, they did a pregnancy test and I was negative. Woohoo! But they did blood work and they even did like a fecal matter test and everything. And it's been a while. So they finally came back with the test results. I said that all my organs are fine, everything's fine. You know, they can see the flare ups with fibromyalgia and everything. But they did say that I have hyperactive nerve fibers and functional nerve syndrome. So basically, I Googled it to see what the heck that is, right? So hyperactive nerve fibers can do for headaches. I've been having more tingling in my feet and my fingertips, and just feeling like I can't feel my feet, which I know is fibromyalgia, but it's been kind of more intensified. So basically, it has kind of like the same symptoms of fibromyalgia, and it's caused by autoimmune disease, which basically it's the same darn thing. Okay, they don't need to give me another word. It's the same darn thing. So then they say, oh, you also have functional nerve syndrome, right? So I look that up to see what's going on. And basically, that is probably one of the most judgmental things that they can give a patient. It is a disorder that basically, the in your brain, you think that you have these pains and that, but everything is absolutely fine. I'm sorry, F you people. Like, I physically feel this. This pain is freaking for real. Me not being able to feel my legs or feel my fingers is freaking real. Call it in my brain, call it what you want. But for you to give that diagnosis to a person that's like, truly feels this in their mind, they feel this. And that's basically what the syndrome is that your brain can your brain sends off nerves that basically your body can feel this pain. But it was just kind of like, I am not mental. Yes, I've been depressed because, hello, this disorder is not only depressing, it's sad. You're in pain. Nobody understands you because you look normal on the outside, but you're in this intense pain. It's almost as if I have cinder blocks on my legs and I can't move them. That's how I feel. With my fingertips, I almost feel like I have frostbite on my fingertips. The pain that I've had in my stomach, I thought, oh, I had a bladder infection or, something just wasn't right or whatever. But it's kind of like a sharp, dull pain, and it was consistent and everything like that. And so whatever. So they say hypernerve fibros, right? So I look it up and it correlates with fibromyalgia, which is good and gravy. Just call it fibro. Like, we don't need to have more syndromes. Just be like, dude, it's your fibro, right? And I'd be understanding. So the doctor is like, oh, well, there's more medication I can give you. He said, nortriptyline, nortriptyline, which softens the nerve response, is what he wrote. And I said, I really appreciate, you checking up on me and everything like that. Number one, I want to make sure, am I not going to have a menstrual cycle? Is this going to be late again? Is it going to be, off kilter? Because I don't need to have any more kids. I love my 2 babies, but I don't want any more. And I don't need to be freaked out or anxious because I don't have my menstrual cycle, okay? Second of all, is this just normal? Like another part of fibro that like I haven't experienced, and okay, I'm having a bad flare up. Like, just be blatant with me. Just be like, hey, this is your fibromyalgia. It's just another crazy symptom. And you're just going to have to learn to get over it. You're going to have to breathe through it. You're going to have to power through it. You're going to have to pray through it. Whatever you need to, but just like be blunt and honest with me. And I think for somebody then to say, oh, you have functional nerve disorder, which is fine if it truly comes from your brain and your brain thinks that this is actual. But for me as a person, as a patient, when you give me that kind of syndrome and I'm looking at it, it looks like you don't believe that I'm in this pain. It looks just like everybody else in my life thinks I'm absolutely fine. And, I'm grateful. My organs are fine. I'm grateful. I'm grateful that there's not like some big thing. But at the end of the day, I'm still in pain. I'm still suffering through it. And you're like, you're just going to have to live with it. That's your life. And like, I've been through the angry stage. I've been through the crying stage. I've been through the ultimate depression of this. So now I'm on the outskirts, okay? Now I'm finally praying more about it and being more attentive and making sure that I've been doing an inflammation diet, which actually has really, really helped. But I've been trying to be more diligent, making sure that I'm not eating tomatoes, making sure that I'm eating things that are gluten-free, making sure that, I'm eating... basically, to be honest, eating is not fun for me anymore. It's like salad and vegetables. And I love vegetables, but when you're forced to change everything, it's not really fun to eat. But I've been more diligent because I have been having the stomach pain and I wanted it to go away. So I've been really diligent about it and everything like that. But I just, and I told my husband like what the doctor said, and he was like, we'll talk about it later. And I'm thinking, I need some kind of understanding. I just need somebody to like understand. Yeah, on test results, everything is fine, but like there is still this pain. This pain is still real. And like, sometimes I feel like I can't even drive because I can't feel my feet. I feel like when I'm trying to button for my son for Christmas, he had like little button shirts, because I want him to wear a nice shirt to sing at church or whatever. It was so hard to button the buttons. And I just wish somebody was in my life that like could understand. You don't even have to understand, but just listen with what things are going on in my life. I just need somebody to be able to like vent and articulate and like, hey, this is happening to me. This is going on. And I don't need you to understand, but I need you to kind of understand that I'm going through struggles. And yet I'm still taking care of 2 kids, 2 dogs, and going to work every single day. It may not be a full-time job. It's a part-time job, but it is hard on my body. When I am done with work, I'm exhausted. And I literally am, some days I'm unloading a truck with clothes and hanging them up. Some days I'm censoring them. Today I was stocking sheets on a wall. 600 count, 1800 count, 300 count, colorizing them. And it sounds foolish in my brain because it's like a fluffy job. It's an easy job. But it is a hard job. By the end of the day, I'm exhausted. And I continuously have to remind myself, when I'm feeling these pains, thank you, Jesus, for letting me be walking. Thank you for allowing me to pay my bills. Thank you for allowing me to have, the clothes that are on my back and stuff. But sometimes I just want to cry and I just want somebody to hug me and love me and just understand that, like, even though we have this pain and I'm pushing through it to the best of my ability, because I am, I'm not meditating. I'm sorry. I'm a person that prays. So I pray through it. I sing through it. But I am trying because I don't have the option to stay at home and to stay in bed. I have to get up to pay for bills for my kids and for the dogs and for the life that we live, to make sure we have food on the table because we live paycheck to paycheck, especially with the coronavirus and everything that's going on. And they're saying, oh, people that have autoimmune diseases, they could get, girl, boy, whatever whoever's listening to me, if somebody was going to get sick, it was me. My kids go to jiu-jitsu with no mask. They go to school. We go to church, which is closed down, but our church is still open, thank God. And I'm still going to work, thank God. But I'm out, I'm in the public, and if somebody in this household was going to get sick, it would be me. And I have to go to work. I have to push through it. And it's frustrating for me not to have somebody in my life, or even just like my significant other, to like empathize. I guess that's the word, empathize. It's not that he has to understand what I'm going through, because he can't feel it and he can't psychologically understand everything that's going on. But, you know, at the end of the day, so, oh God. So my husband was getting on me because I was watching too much Hallmark and Christmas movies. He's like, why do you got to watch all these Hallmark and Christmas movies? And I'm like, it's not that I'm wishing for a Hallmark channel love of my life. It's not that. It's that it allows me to take away from my discomfort and pain and whatever I'm going through in the day, and just realize happiness, right? And I told him, I don't need that in my life. I just need you at the end of the day to be my partner, to hold my hand. You don't have to understand why I'm crying. You don't have to understand why I'm in pain. You have to be there to hold my hand. You have to be there to pray over me. You have to be there to love me. And at the end of the day, that's what I want. I want somebody to be there so I'm not alone going through this journey, you know? So, anyways, I know I went off in a tangent, but like, getting this diagnosis today about my stomach pain and just my husband not understanding about it. And I think for us people that are going through fibromyalgia, and I have myofascial pain syndrome as well, the hardest thing for us, and I think this is why we get depressed, it's not the pain. It's not what we're going through in life. I think it's because the lack of support. We don't have support. We don't. And I think our diagnosis, our disease, our huge hurdle we're trying to get through in life would be so much better if we just had somebody to support us. And I understand that it's hard for husbands not to see, what's going on, but I hope you show this to your husbands, because we need support. And like I said, you don't need to see or understand, or even mentally comprehend on why we feel this way, or why we're upset, or why we're in pain. We need us to hold our hands. We need us to love us, to pray over us, to be the connected person for us, because depression is a huge thing in this disease. Stress is a huge thing, which makes us flare up, which makes the pain worse. And it's just kind of a triple effect, So I also did want to tell you guys on some of the things that I do. So like I do an inflammation diet. I'm on the nerve control 911. I also take I can't think of the name of it. Sleep multiplier. They're all organic. They're not prescription, because it took me 4 months to get off prescription medication. They had me so doped up on pain medications that I wouldn't even be able to drive a vehicle. And I just kind of came to the conclusion, look, they weren't working. Any pain medication they put me on wasn't working. And I was so doped up. And it just was like, I can't do this. So my husband actually found the Nerve Control 911. And then I was trying to get better. I felt better. So I was trying to like work out, because exercise is good for us, right? And this nutritionist said, you need to go on these supplements. It'll really help you. The sleep multiplier actually really did help. I used to take triazidone to sleep, which was prescribed, but now I take the sleep multiplier. The normal dose is 3 tablets, and I only take 2 because 3 is too strong for me. But if I take these every single night, I'm down for the count. I can relax. I don't feel the pain in my legs. I don't feel the discomfort. I don't feel the numbness. I don't feel awkward. I don't have the headaches. I don't have it. It's a blessing. So it's called Sleep Multiplier. I take the Rescue Nerve 911, but I've also been doing the inflammation diet. And then also there's these green smoothies that I've been making, which sounds super gross, but they're actually not bad. So I do a whole thing of romaine lettuce, 2 handfuls of spinach, a banana, and a pear with some coconut water or whatever water you got. You just throw that in there, right? Whatever you want to spice it up a little bit. You could do apple juice, you know, whatever. But legit, it has really, really helped. And I've been having a lot of pains in my stomach, and I've been trying to be more diligent because, you know, I have kids. So, I mean, pizza on Friday sounds super, super delicious, even if I'm not supposed to eat it, you know? And then also not being on dairy has been a huge thing. I love cheese. I love mozzarella cheese. I love cheese. And so for me to kind of cut back, I haven't taken it completely out because I love cheese. And I mean, at the end of the day, I want to enjoy my life. You know, I want things to taste good. But I'm not having cheese on everything. So like I'll have egg whites with zucchini and mushrooms and avocado with egg whites in the morning with just a little bit of mozzarella cheese. But I'm only doing, I used to do a handful of cheese, but the nutritionist was like, well, do a spoonful of cheese. I was like, okay, you know. So, and I do, and it's actually satisfying. It still tastes wonderful. I don't need the whole handful or whatever. And I make a really good antipasta salad that has mozzarella cheese with olives and Olive Garden salad dressing and pepperoncinis. Oh, and tomatoes. Oh, it's so good. But I don't do the tomatoes anymore. I still do a teaspoon of the cheese, the shredded cheese, but it's not a huge handful, which actually, if you think about it, now that I do, a handful of cheese is a lot, you know, compared to being able just to have a little teaspoon of it. But it still tastes good, tastes wonderful. But I'm sorry I'm going off on a tangent. But at the end of the day, we just need people in our lives to support us. And we together have to figure out what works, what doesn't work. Because all they're going to do is give statistics. They're going to give us stupid names that say it's in our brain, when the reality is our bodies really hurt and we're really struggling. And we need to learn to live in a positive light. We need to learn to live and get through what our body, even though our body hurts, we need to learn to have a joyful life, to find joy again, to find peace again. I've been praying about that lately. And, you know, I think that for me and for myself, just being able to talk to the screen, just get my verbs out there so I'm not so angry and so frustrated about it, has really helped. But I hope that it'll help you, and I hope that it'll help your significant other, and just the struggles with my husband not understanding, because he does not understand. But we need the support. But there are different things that we can do that we're putting in our bodies that are healthier for us, and different diets and everything like that. And I'm interested to see if you guys have any tips for me, because girl or boy, I need all the help I can get. I will try anything. I will try anything to improve my life, to be a better mom, to be a better person, but to feel good and to not be in pain. And I think that's just kind of why I started this, is not only for myself, but just like, this is hard. It's a struggle. And we're going to get through this, and we're going to get through it together. But we have to have a positive mindset. We got to take care of our bodies. And sometimes, I mean, to be honest, like every day I'm literally pushing through pain. I'm pushing through pain, praying through pain. Like I said many times before, I have to go up 2 flights of stairs just to clock into work. They're not big stairs, but they're 2 flights of stairs. By the time I get to the top, I'm out of breath. I'm in so much pain in my legs, and I'm like, thank you, Jesus, for letting me be able to walk. Because there was a point with my fibromyalgia and my mold poisoning that I wasn't able to walk. I couldn't even get to bed. I couldn't go to the bathroom myself. I couldn't even take a shower myself. So just continuously praying about it. I'm going to pray for you guys. I'm going to pray for myself. And I got to go because my kids are calling me. But I love y'all. We're going to do this together. And we're going to change the world and the way that people see fibromyalgia, and that it's not just a mental condition, because it's not. It's mental, it's physical, and it's really changes your life and your perspective on a lot of things. Anyways, love y'all. Okay, bye.